we go. Roda. Alright. We'll Discord first. Check the bots, see if they've done their thing, which usually they have. What's this? Yeah. Alex is doing his old Roman Reigns thing. Okay. Mobile Live dashboard. We check the stream, so it's looking sounding and everything, hopefully. Okay. We're good there. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And everything. So, as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow Remote Maniacs. It's Mr. Romo Roses here, and welcome back to yet another installment of Elden Ring Night Rain. Today we're going to be trying to see if we can do more of my Faith Guardian build run. Last time I did this, I believe I had just started things off on the adventure, because I remember, I think, like, if I remember correctly, I was doing, I think, like, the Faith Duchess run, and I think I just did it one random night because I wasn't really doing much of anything, and I was just like, you know what, I kind of want to do something on stream, so let's, play some Night Rain and start our Faith Guardian build adventure. So, yeah, when we did that, we went through, we took on the first boss, which was Tricephalos, aka the three-headed doggo. Went through that with no real issues. But then we tried Gaping Jaw, aka Adele. And that's where things got stupidly annoying. So if I remember correctly, we were like on the verge of on the verge of killing it and everything like that, and then Adele does like a little charge thing towards us, and then takes out my two teammates, and I want to say like he grabbed me or something like that, and because of how like Guardians roll or dodge abilities, absolute shite. I couldn't really be able to do much in terms of like getting out of the way in time. I believe I got grabbed and got gnawed to death and went down as well. Despite the fact that Adele was really like one hit away from actually going down. So I think like I half vodded that stream where I was like we just had like the expedition for I think it's like I think the boss's name is like Gladius, Beast of Night, but I'm just kind of used to seeing like other things. But basically, I believe like we have followed the stream, showing off the expedition of the doggo and everything, even of course, going up to, to the point where we actually, beat the boss. But then off stream, I remember that I was attempting to try and, you know, beat that boss on my downtime. I have no idea what the fuck happened there. Um, but like, I remember attempting to do that boss on my downtime, and it was kind of a funny thing too. I actually uploaded, um, and I actually did upload the video to my YouTube, which, if you guys give me just a sec. Plug my little YouTube channel right there. Yeah, you better go check out my video on the run that I had, which I'll paint a little visual for you. You know, just kind of gets you, to just kind of like, to get you curious. So so it started off as a trios expedition, and I believe that we somehow managed to get the I believe on our run that we had, we managed to get the Shrouded City, aka Naclateo. And we were going when we went to Adele, but we went to the Shrouded City, but we didn't do the thing for whatever reason of finding the boss, and let alone getting the power there. Instead, one of the randoms went a completely different area and was like, pinging the shit out of us, trying, come with. And then, like, when we didn't follow with, they just left, they ended up leaving the world. So, take that as you will. And then I think, like, afterwards, it was like, me, I want to say I think it was like me and a scholar. Because I think it was like me, a scholar, and an Iron Eye that, that were in the expedition. And then Iron Eye left, and there was like me and the scholar. And I ended up finding a bow that had the passive of Wraith while walking. So what I ended up doing was, I don't know why I did that. So what I ended up doing was I had my, give me a sec. So what I ended up doing was I had the shield out. What I ended up doing is I had the bow in my main hand, and I did a little thing which was basically using the Steel Guard passive ability for a Guardian, to where it's like I was kind of like, having my shield out, and like slowly but surely walking to trigger the effect. And it did work here and there. Like I got some nice hits in, and the scholar, just done nice shots as well. I think the scholar went down a few times, which I managed to actually get him up, and then and then I think the way that it closed off was I got grabbed, but the scholar managed to finish off, get the gaping jaw, and we actually won. So if you want to see how that crazy little adventure was, Hey Cal, welcome back, my friend. How are you? But yeah, if you want to see how that crazy little adventure turned out, you can go check it out on my YouTube channel, and everything, and of course, you can go see all the other stuff I posted. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go on to Gideon, who, as you can see, is donned the Solar attire, also known as the Sunlight Night attire. I have to do a thing where it's like, if I'm playing as Guardian, I always have like, Solar's outfit for him. I guess you could say like everyone's doing this. No, I'm not doing Deep of Night, because that mode is absolute shit. I'm playing regular stuff. Yeah, like I said, when it comes to the characters and everything like that, I always just have like certain little outfit or two for them. I have like the Abyss Walker for Wilder, Sunlight Knight for Guardian, Ring Finger for Iron Eye, Black Leather for Duchess, Katarina Armor, aka Onion Armor for Raider, Dragon School Thing for Revenant, Remembrance for Recluse, Thorns for Executor, Partner for Scholar, and I just have for right now like the Remembrance thing for Undertaker. But yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna show off my build and everything because I'm pretty sure like there's gonna be there are gonna be those people that are asking like what your build consists of. So yeah, so I'm using Guardian's Chalice, which has a blue slot, a yellow slot, and a white slot, where the white slot is a freebie slot, so you can use any color that you want. I am using Dark Knight of the Fathom, which you can get from defeating Everdark Augur. It has increased maximum HP, continuous HP recovery, and slowly restore HP for self and nearby allies when HP is low. I have the Yellow Grand Luminous scene, where it has improved mind and faith, but reduced vigor. This is what I like to call the character stat changing relic. You can only get this from the collector signboard. And then I have Dark Knight of the Wise, which comes from defeating Everdark Sentient Pest, which is one of the worst bosses in the Everdark Servant form. It has increased maximum FP, FP restoration upon successful attack, and FP at max FP increased beat sorcerer's rise unlocked. And as you can see, this is one of my few Faith loadout builds. I have quite a few. This is my first one that I have made right here. So there's gonna be more, to it in the future. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so yeah, this is how I usually do things with these kind of runs. So usually what I do is like I usually play like around like maybe like 2 bosses, per stream. Say for example, the first 2 bosses will be like for example like Tricephalus, Gaping Jaw. And if I can be able to get through both of them, then I fully VOD the stream. If I can only do one of them, then I usually like half VOD the stream. If like say like I beat one boss but I fail on the other. And if I can't be able to do the first boss in the thing, then I don't VOD the stream at all, because I usually try to have like the successful runs. I usually play with randoms. Though I am up to, for if people, like want to partake in, this little random journey. I don't really do comms. The only person I do it with is my friend Onyx, because I know him well enough. Well, give me a sec, Cal. Like I said, I don't really do comms, like PlayStation Party chats, other than with my friend Onyx. But I am open, for people who want to, to partake in in anything, just as long as, they understand, I'm not really in the party chat type of thing. I usually do a thing where it's I try and go as much as I can, and the only time I ever really would leave is if the game's bugging out, where it's keeps kicking me out to the lobby or something like that, or if I'm the last person left, or if I'm not the last person in the world. So say for example, if my other 2 teammates leave, then I leave last, regardless of whatever reason it may be. So yeah. Now, in this case, because Everdark Augur is in the rotation for the current Everdark Sovereign boss, I might actually try and do that boss if we can actually be able to get through Sentient Pest. So I'm hoping that we can. But Cal, if you want to be able to partake in this, I don't mind. Just know that I'm going to be the one leading. As far as being in the group thing. To choose what boss we're doing. um, and everything. You can be whatever character that you want. You can have whatever loadout that you want or whatever. Just know that I'm just doing just doing this for fun. Doing main bosses only. We're not doing the DLC bosses. We're not doing Deep of Night because, like I said, Deep of Night. Like I said before, Deep of Night is absolute shit. It's trash mode that should be removed in my opinion. So yeah. Yeah, if you want to get on, just you know, do your thing and let me know, and we'll go from there. So, so yeah. Well, like I say, if you want to partake in the thing, just hop on and remind me of what your username thing is, and I'll add you once you're good and ready. And like I said, you can be whatever character that you want. You can have whatever loadout that you want. So. Are we? We're friends on PSN, aren't we? Because sometimes, like, I don't know if I can't remember if, like, who I'm friends with and who I'm not friends with on PSN. Okay. I'll tell you what. Get on the game, get on PlayStation, get on Night Rain. If we're not friends, send me a friend invite, and then we'll work it out there. You know, and then we can see if it, and then we'll try and see if we can get like a random person in or something like that. Let someone else decide to partake. It's Mr. Rumble Rose. Basically my main username is that without the S and roses at the end. I think. Yeah, you can build. Yeah, as you can see, like right there, like my PSN name is like right underneath my Night Rain name. So yeah, just send me a friend invite. I'll accept it, and then we'll see if we can find a random third person partake. 'Cause yeah, sometimes it can be pretty random as far as like if we actually find people to to do the session and stuff with or not. Especially like if you're not actively like if you're not friends with them or what have you. But yeah, I guess while we wait for Cal, I kind of explain things about like Deep of Night and whatnot. But yeah, like I said before, like I am not a fan of Deep of Night. I think it's absolute shit. You know, it's one of the worst things that FromSoft has actually done because there's no real point in, like there's no real point in playing Deep of Night, especially like there's nothing to strive for. You know, I mean it's like oh you get like these fucking like these extra little like slots of and stuff what have you, but you can only use them in Deep of Night. You can't both like use them in like say like main game, and it's like you can't and like and you don't like you don't have um because like you don't have anything to shoot for, and like you don't get like any sort of special reward, like say like a chalice or what have you. Okay, let me find you, cause I don't know why you couldn't both find me, basically it's fake Dweebin, but yeah I'm on blue, yeah, cause I'm blue because I'm blue screened and everything like that. I can't be able to see chat. So, hold on, let me see. Let me switch over here real quick. The king is Cal 2096. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's you because interesting. Okay, okay, that is you. Am I right? I sent the right one because that was the only Cal 2096 that I saw. Okay, well let me. Okay, well what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. I'm gonna see if I can find you. Wait, did you just join up on me or Dio Crow? Okay, can I get a confirmation that that is you playing the other Guardian? Okay, is that okay? Are you confident in playing Guardian? I'm just saying, like I said, you can play anyone that you want. I'm just doing the thing on my end because I'm playing this Faith Guardian, so like I said, it can be anyone that you want. Doesn't matter to me. Right, well, I'm on do the thing, so depends on the boss. I will pick the character. Well, we're going up against sentient pests. Well, we're going up against sentient pests, so if if you have a build or something, if you have a character or a build or something like that, then we'll go from there. Because the idea for this run right now is We're going to try and do Sentient Pest, and then we're going to try and see if we can do either Everdark Augur or regular Augur. Okay, so we got a third. Alright, the third one's gonna be the Wilder. And you will be Undertaker. Player. Okay. We'll see how this Wilder does in this run. Oh, excuse me. Maybe see what kind of loadout both Cal and this Wilder have. Since we're going to be in Sentient Pest, some of the things we need to try and do at most is get fire-based stuff. Go live notification. Alright, let's see. That's not bad. Yeah. Wilder doesn't have much. Oh, we have Kratos shifting Earth. So that's cool. Let's see. Alright, thing over here. Just checking this little spot because sometimes there could be a chest. And there is not. Took me life. Okay, well, I'm gonna go try and see if I can get that church. Mark it over here. I don't know if it's really a good idea to go to that place with the Night Invader. Just because, you know, we're low level as fuck. Alright, let's see what kind of golden stars, blood flame talent. Actually, I'll take that for the proof item discovery. Another condemned has invaded. Okay, so this is Banished Knights. We got a recluse. Nice. Good job, good job. Ouch. Okay, let's go over here. Stone sword key. That's it. Nice. I got lower FP consumption. Alright. Go there, get another flask. And then we can go to this area to get, get some fire stuff, even though I do have Roger's fire right here. I don't know for sure, but I think I heard like the shining sound of a scarab, so okay. Nothing over here. We got a Flame of Frenzy. That means there's a Flame of Frenzy tower. And we got a Tree Sentinel. Alright, let's see if we can take care of the Frenzy Flame Tower. I'm going up top. Alright, there should be a couple of drops, I think. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, like, what the fuck? Because usually, like I said, there's usually like a couple of drops that happen. I'll take, like, War Sphere. Alright, so, let's see. Go here. On a flask. Let's see if we can check out the castle. I can already see there's trolls. Yeah, let's see what's at the castle. It was a grafted scion. Ow. Nice. Ooh, bloody healers. No, I will take that shit. And I'm going to use both of the weapons. I'll just take it, I guess. I want to see what's up here. You know, there are trolls and stuff, but, you know. That, I guess. Fire grease. I think the Wilder's over here. Take that. Wow. Nice. I'll do that. So I can have a little something like this. Okay. I say we make our way here, so we can be able to get the blast there, and then we can be able to make our way down to the crater. You know, get some goodies and stuff there. Oh, Black Flame Blade. Black Flame Blade can actually be pretty good. Also, what did you ping? Only damage ain't really worth it, but yeah, Black Flame Blade can definitely be pretty good to use, especially next to the Scythian Pest and all that. I'm just gonna go ahead and just chuck that. Damn, dude. Okay. Extensive enemies. Pop that, because why not? Max stamina raised. We're going to check over here, because sometimes, you know, there could be some random, surprisingly random good stuff here. Texture generate lava. Yeah, Space Zone 2, I'll definitely take that shit. Whether I use it on the likes of my shield or something else, who knows? Alright. Make your way down, go past the flame chariots. At most. I can tell what that is. That's an Inspiritia. Oh. I'll sacrifice that.